and 7. Jackson now. This one complete to Ingram. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson completes it to Hardman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he'll find Hall. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw again is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Open man is Howard, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 33. 33. Here we go. Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33. Too little, cut.
From the gun, it's Jackson. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 10th carry now for Elliott. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Haskins on 3rd down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
On first down, Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. He's crossing. He's checking cross. 66. Bullet. Now. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. 36.
Again, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 15. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 15. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give running right is Armstead. Shedding the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Raquel Armstead, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle.
From the 40 now on second down. Jackson flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun, dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Eluding the pressure right. And a little floater there is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Now Jackson on first down. It's complete. It's Miller. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hall. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. He may try and run. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Throwing again on second down. Haskins going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
That's got to be a long day. Mike 3. Combo. Watch him. Set up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
0-0, Mike 3. I'm coming after you. Mike 3.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Draw play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
36-yard line.
Ready up, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Hold. Hey, check right. Please.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And this is Shepard on the catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Haskins to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Zoom. Mark check 33. Hey, here they go.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Underneath for Miller. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Elliott on 1st down to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. Go, go. Slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches.
Check three, check three.
They go to Elliott again. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. They come out here in the eye. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Set, punt, 61. Check 55 to Mike.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down.